thinking like I want to be like them.
They sigh and roll their eyes, but this school is like a city, deep and vast as summer skies.
You're crazy! That was absolutely terrifying.
Equal sign, plus sign, 666, open bracket, close bracket, XXX, line,
It's that little symbol next to it. Like that. You're right, yeah.
From the bus to the stadium, give a shout to my right hand man Damien. And a shout out to Casey. Every time I lyrically rhyme, is he Jay-Z? No, he's at the back of the bus and he's counting like ready, it's multiplication and one.
Make sure it's touching all of the back of the waist, okay? And we're going to keep this back like nice and straight. And then I push forward and backwards. And if you look at my knee on that right leg, I'm just pushing into the hoop.
Ready, and then you do it and watch. I'm not doing it with my wrist like that. It's an illustrator. I've been doing illustration for like 5 years now.
What inspired you to start drawing?
I just like visualising.
Old farm bus people. Yes. So just how it goes. Back in the day, I was tongue in cheek, but stayed in the car, some mirage in the house.
Big love, man.
Oh,
that is a lovely shot, lad.
Hi guys, I'm Joe. I'm an actor, stroke theatre and filmmaker. I'm going to be running a drama workshop at the Old Farm Bus Off the Breaks. I'm super excited to be kicking this thing off.
Mouth all warmed up, so I want you to pronounce every single syllable. Every single syllable as exaggerated as you can.
You've got 4 apparently.
Yeah, we've got 4.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see frame 1. I want you to start by asking a question.
I mean, a good logo.
Everyone.
What important things you need for a good logo?
Wait.
Okay,
Is that
why do
the
people
right way
like
round?
Pudrich?
Yeah. What is that?
Dye on it, but just be careful not to get on your clothes because it will obviously will dye your clothes.
Blew away, got trotted over by a bus, then run over by a bus. And the rippling sea away from land, and the delicious ice cream you eat all day long, and the streets band singing all their lovely songs.
Hello, I'm Mikey from the Old Farm Bus Off the Breaks. I'm with my mate
Ollie.
and I'm with
Chrissy!
and we are the in-house crew. We're with our mates.
I'm Joe.
What are we doing?
I'm Fever.
And these are going to be some of our regulars. Joe is an actor, Fever is a DJ, and they're going to give us some questions about the Off the Breaks and what we've been up to and what we're doing.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for having us, guys. I think I can speak for me and Phoebe when we say it's an absolute pleasure to be here and to be invited here by you guys, for sure. So, Off the Breaks has been running for about 8 weeks now. It's first session, for a stretch if you like. How did that actually kind of come about?
Okay, so again, me and Chrissy, we have been running this place for about 3 years now with the buses. Blood, sweat and tears. Lots of tears.
Tears.
Lots of blood, lots of sweat,
Rough
tears,
and smooth.
more tears. And yeah, we've been at this state where we've been putting on gigs and events and having lots of live acts come. But we've always had it on the premise of we wanted to give back to the community. That was always our big objective. And a lot of the events we've been putting on were just, it was our friends, and then it started branching out and out and out, but it was always sort of like the Nottingham people, maybe a bit of Derby, and all outside. So we just said to each other sort of, well, how are we going to break into Ripley, because we're here in Ripley, how are we going to better our community? And again, Chris has been putting on workshops, amazing workshops, and suddenly we thought, well, how can we get involved with the young people of the community? So we're putting a few emails out, ideas out and stuff like that. we're very, very, very active on social media.
Yeah,
And
lots of stuff, lots of content.
Always we try and just
content.
keep
Always.
popping it out,
Yeah.
pop, 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 pop. And one day, our council suddenly picked us up out of nowhere. So we hadn't put a proposal in for our council yet. We were building it up. But I think the laws of the universe, you put it out, you put it out, you put it out, and suddenly it did it. It came back to us. We got an email, and they just said we're really interested. So their idea and bid was going from 11 to 18-year-olds. Pretty much what we're doing, it's all creativity, just do what you do. They like the podcast style stuff, but then suddenly it's just organically happened that we've had like the actor, we've had a DJ, we've had motormouth, beatboxing, just a little eclectic mix of everything, and we're really proud of it. We're so happy and excited about where it's going and what's happening.
So you'd say that from kind of doing those events and all that stuff beforehand, you kind of reached a network of people that you could actually tap into different skills and bring them in and together for this set of workshops, essentially.
I'll let you go, man. Your time to shine, baby.
Yeah, so like, I guess in some ways I fall under that category in the sense I reached out to Mikey and Chrissy about using a space on their farm for drumming, and I think after we kind of met each other, we worked together a bit and realised, yeah, it was a really good fit for running off the breaks too. So we bounced some ideas for the sessions, and then so I've been helping out run them. Doing drum lessons, so I've been doing like drum workshops. We've had drum kits in, the kids have been playing the drums, we've had hand drums, all sorts of percussion, so that's just something that I guess I've been able to bring to the table in terms of off the breaks, as well as all the other fantastic DJs and that. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Chrissy, Mike mentioned something to do with some workshops prior. So
yeah, definitely.
I was quite intrigued by that. Kind of dropped that in. I was like, okay, I realised it was something I always surprised.
Yeah, probably about 2 years ago I started doing sort of little workshops, sort of craft and arts related, open to the community, and not even having an age bracket on really, so welcome for all. So I've been posting those, slowly getting more and more into the community, hadn't I? Found Spotted, so that helped. It does actually help massively. Big up Spotted. But I think that was it. People starting to see those things, and also Mikey's social media, like again, just seeing all the pictures of how creative we've been. Always trying to make it quite colourful. I don't know. My motto is just always been wanting to inspire others and learn skills and then pass it on.
Me and Mikey talked about this, didn't we?
Literally, that's my thing. If I could have a mission statement, it would be like keeping traditional crafts alive, but putting a spin on it where it's inspiring and people want to learn. That's my thing.
Awesome.
So it's helped.
That's brilliant.
Wicked. And so how have you found now that the response has been from the kids, say, Ollie, to your drum workshops, from like week 1 to now?
Yeah, it's been like a really interesting journey, because the kids at first, they're obviously a bunch of, they were kind of a mixed bag of everyone really. Excitable, loud, getting used to the space, all of that.
Some of them are flat sometimes, aren't they?
Yes, we've got the quiet ones, the loud ones, the whole range really.
Yeah.
So first sessions, it was quite mad really. But as the sessions have progressed, I think they've found themselves, they've got used to the space and more comfortable. We've been able to work with them on like how they need to be behaving in the space, to respect themselves, each other, and so for example in my sessions the instruments too. So it's been really interesting just to see them go from this kind of crazy mayhem bunch to this much more orderly group that and they're working together as well.
Progression.
Exactly that.
Definitely.
They're learning to work with each other instead of just kind of coming in and blowing off energy. So it's been really interesting.
Awesome.
Your drum lessons have been awesome as well, because there's been certain characters that obviously seeing that journey that have been quite shy to a lot of the workshops, and one of my favourite moments from Off the Breaks was one student come up to me and said, I've just done drums for the first time, I really loved it, can I go back like right now? And I just went, just go, because you need to follow that. And she was like, oh, it was actually good. And she's just that moment.
I remember that. It was really sweet, because again this student, she's very quiet and she probably wouldn't come forwards, but given the space she was allowed to just sit down and she went through the numbers and the counting systems to get the beat, and she kind of, it just clicked, and she was there and she got it, and you could just see she was like, wow, this is, I get it, and I can do it. And she came back today after a week off. And she just sat down in the kit, and usually I'd say, so how are you doing, you know, can you remember what we're doing? And she was straight into it.
It's the best thing ever.
It's a real gift, you know, when you see them take it on board and they can just do it.
I think it's similar with DJing because it's kind of a coordination thing going on. So when one doesn't want to try it and sees that two have done it quite easy, because it's a basic thing that I was teaching them today. And then they go, oh, I'll go and I'll have a go. And then they find that they can do it also as well. It's brilliant. It's quite enlightening when they walk away thinking, oh, wow, I did it. I'm like, of course you did it. You know, it's like,
So you got it.
Awesome.
It's really good. I think we pride ourselves on that as well, seeing the progression of the kids, you know, because a lot of them don't feel like they can do these things.
That's right.
But with the stage space, you know, at the end now, you know, they'll come up
seeing
and
the performances.
Exactly, recall from the sessions. They'll get up with the confidence to do that.
Awesome.
And I was there at session 1, and I've come back for this last session. And I have to say, I've seen quite a difference, as you say, in the kids actually, just how they've settled into the space. And I came back this time, and they're all ready. They knew the vibe. They're getting ready, warming up, playing some football, ready to go to the sessions. And each time they came in, they're like, right, what's up next?
Yes, brilliant.
And that was really, really cool to see.
That is cool.
So responsive. So now actually, you've basically been given the green light to go ahead with more sessions. Mikey, tell us a bit more about that.
So again, we've learnt a lot as well as the kids by doing all this. We've found out with the wild ones, the flat ones, like the flat energy sometimes, where they're like, oh, I don't want to be here. Suddenly it picks up. And how we had it the first one, we just had everybody together, didn't we? It was all wild and running and going.
It certainly was.
And how we're doing it now, we're just hopefully getting more funding in, which will be great. And by doing that, we can have more people here, which again, fantastic, because we get to condense all the groups down then. We have it as a switch over, more skill share, more things going on. And then at the end of it, the more opportunity to find passion, the more opportunity to find something they're really into. Oh, I didn't quite vibe with that acting bit, went in, oh, DJ, hang on a minute. At the end, they all come together and bring it. So the way we want to go with Off the Breaks at the minute is condense it down to 11 to 14 as well. So they're all, when it was 11 to 18, not many 18-year-olds want to hang around with 11-year-olds in truth. Like they can go clubbing and pubbing and doing all that. 11-year-olds, not quite there yet. So yeah, we've thought, right, we're going to change the age brackets, really hone in on this as an activity, but then we're also looking at doing another Off the Breaks off-cut, and we're doing it called Accelerate. So we've got Off the Breaks, that's learning about taking your foot off, learning about who you are as a person, getting some confidence about you and so on, and Accelerate's about driving forward, and we're going to start going with it. That's going to be 17 to 26.
Yeah. He's a metaphor man, right?
Every time. I can come up with it.
New alias for you though, metaphor man.
But then we're looking at going in for the funding for that, having 17 to 26, where I think that is a crucial age, and a lot of people, you know, these ones were planting seeds and trying to find them elements of passion. But if you're like me at that age, at 17 to 26, you can become very lost and very stuck in a position. So I think for them, we're going to say, right, we're coming here to be a bit more serious to an element, and we're going to really hone in on them skills. So we'll probably just, again, we're not trying to grab attention then. They're in here, so we'll get a facilitator and somebody helping, but that'll be a bit more of a, I don't want to say the word serious, but you know, a proper skill share where it's week in, week out, they're focusing on a certain skill, and it's all within an objective. I think we're going to try and do an album, or we're going to do like a festival here or something like that.
Something more focused with like a definite outcome to work towards.
Amazing.
So that's our goals at the minute. We really want to do the best we can possibly do with the Off the Breaks. A lot of fun, a lot of energy, a lot of movement, and then build up towards that.
The good thing is the young kids that you've got in the you know, the younger age bracket, you know, once they've, like you say, you've got them started, they've now got something to move on to, aren't they? When they get a bit older and they leave school, get to 18 and that, and they go to college, they think, right, okay, I'm going to go back to the bus. Because I know that they specifically, and plus they know you then, they've grown up with you, aren't they? You know, I know it sounds like a long journey, but it's, you might have that much of an impact in their life now, they might want to come back to you, like, you know, when they get to that age, you know what I mean, and go, right, I want to be a bit more serious about this acting thing now. I'm going to come back and do these sessions, or I actually want to be a drummer. My friend's in the band and I want to get better at drumming. Do you know what I mean? And I want to lock into this.
So they've almost learned. Actually, I've not really thought about it that way.
With you, though,
and made their own networking, like you said.
I think a big part of it is we really want to create a safe place for people to come. You know, they know it's all okay. We can guide them, work through any issues, any problems. There's lots of skills that we can be offered through different facilitators and that. And that's what we want, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
If they think, oh, you know what, I just need a bit more kind of guidance or something, they can come back and you know, the guidance.
And you're here, and they're familiar with you as well. They know who you are.
They do.
They've sort of grown up with you. Do you know what I mean? And it's great, isn't it? That they've got these faces that they're familiar with, and that, you know, they've got their interests at heart.
And I do think, you know, I've worked in lots and lots of schools all over, going in and giving keynote speaks or assemblies and workshops, whatever it is. And I had a really bad relationship with school and education, and it is quite a focus on the academic route and route. And I just want them to see the other possibilities of what can be made. It's your job, DJing. Is it? What? He does it what? And motor mouth the meeting and all these different figures, and they're going, oh, there's more to the world than what's been carved out for me.
Right.
And
that's it.
That's one big thing for us. And another factor is like just very core skills of the world's changing, like 100%. With this very academic, just knowing things and facts. It might not be what even the job industries want anymore. What the job industries are asking for. I've got a friend that did a book, and he's gone and interviewed successful young people, and all the key skills that they're talking about is confidence and learning to network and be around other people and how you collaborate.
Totally.
And it's all these core values and skills that I think, and I'm not being harsh to education, but it's a little bit behind on. And I really do see the kids here, week 1, week 2, week 3, they were really struggling and suffering with that anxiety of getting on a stage, or how do I mingle with other people and groups and so
mingling,
on.
definitely.
And I've seen it come to life and come to action in these sessions. So I really want to keep on developing that and seeing how we better at putting on performance.
I think you three guys should pat yourselves on the back for you know, for that journey being possible, because I think, like you say, they've come back, they get familiar with yourself, and they go, right, you know, I feel a bit more comfortable now. Do you know what I mean? I know these faces, I know these people, and that's you was going on about, you know, school not being, you know, a thing that works for you so much. Same with me, you know. I locked in with certain teachers and not with others, and those ones that I locked in with, like, have you know, definitely had an impact on my life. You know, I always talk to them. You know, I talk to their friends, or you know, people that know them, or people that had the same sort of experience I went to school with. Yeah, you know, Mr. Baxter did the same. You know what I mean? Like, so I think you should pat yourselves on the back. You know, these guys are actually familiar with you and actually feel comfortable with you, and you're helping them, you know, find the thing that they want to do. You know, it's difficult to find somebody that you look up to. You know,
cool.
You know, so my brother was my role model. I've said we talked about it before. So.
Watch the podcast.
So
honestly, guys, thank you so much. And the sessions tonight have been absolutely brilliant. We do want you back more often.
I enjoyed it.
It's been a pleasure.
Awesome. Absolutely.
You two, are you buzzes now?
I said to him, I'm going to let you take the lead. I'm going to follow behind you. You'll make me look good, mate. I said to him.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, I scared all your group when I came in.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's gone crazy now.